Yeah, this was my first sweat lodge. It was an incredible experience. Got a new family now. I like that we built it from, you know, built it ourselves. The whole day was a ceremony, a lot of sweat leading up to the sweat, and really looking forward to my next one. I'm very grateful for our hosts and for our elders and for my new family.
Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we invite you to join us as we share our transformative experience after participating in sacred sweat lodge ceremony. For those unfamiliar, a sweat lodge is a traditional native ceremony aimed at spiritual purification, physical cleansing, and emotional healing. Participants gather inside a small dome-shaped structure heated with hot stones, and guided by spiritual leader, they embark on profound journey of self-discovery and connection with the elements and the divine.
Area a little bit, yeah. The
Oh boy. You want it? Yeah. If you can bring your chair.
okay.
Oh, but I don't know what program to do right now.
Oh.
I've got the book in the bed.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll do it.
Okay.
Good try.
Okay, let's see what I can find.
Yesterday's
Feel
sweat.
me wanting a
That's an
smudge
amazing
right beside you. You're like, you want the smudge? I can feel
Meeting
it.
all of the experiences of my brothers and sisters and being able to let go of so much in gratitude.
As we delve into the ancient practice of smudging and explore its profound significance as a spiritual cleansing ritual, smudging is a sacred tradition that has been passed down through generations in various cultures around the world. It involves the burning of dried herbs, such as sage, cedar, or sweetgrass, to create smoke. This smoke is believed to carry the power to purify and cleanse spaces, objects, and individuals of negative energies and unwanted influences.
I'm just making a tea. I call it 11th hour. It's a combination with some green tea and fennel and cinnamon and mulius, star anise. We've got, what else in here? Coriander. This one doesn't have ashwagandha, I don't think. Nope, I forgot to put that in there. It's got fennel. Did I say fennel already? It's got 11 really good things for you, and it will help you in your body. And you just mix it with natural spring water because you don't want anything contaminated, and then you drink it and share it with everybody.
Now we put it on to boil.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Grand New Rising.
So everyone's cooking. So what are we cooking today? There's tea on the pot here,
Yes.
and
And I have beef stew going, a traditional meal, usually after the sweat, is either moose or deer. But because I don't have access to that, it is beef. So I'm doing a beef stew. And then I have berries in the fridge that'll also do it because that's also very traditional.
how was the experience at Sweat Lodge yesterday?
Amazing. It was amazing in many different ways. It starts, of course, the ceremony starts as soon as you arrive. The ceremony starts with a meeting, and then the building of the lodge. And at the building of the lodge is the first time that I seen what I had seen before in vision, and that was I had seen that before, and I knew I was going to get hit by a sledgehammer. I had seen all of this before, and it just reaffirmed for me this is why this land is here. It's not my land. I may be on paper an owner, but this is a land. This was a gift, and this is the land for the people, and it is being utilized exactly the way it should. As for the lodge last night, it was beautiful. I, as usual, I always get lots out of them. And one of the other things is meeting the elder, Al, who I'd never met before, but I've seen him again. And I haven't even shared that with him yet, that I knew him from before. I don't know how, because I'm a dreamer. So I knew this was all coming to fruition. I knew it, I just didn't know when. And here it is, here we are. So, of course, my takeaways from the lodges are always, it takes me about a day to resonate with it all. I always feel very good coming out of it, but it takes me probably a day to really resonate and really receive what is being on. Because I don't always see it, because I'm usually in here cooking and my mind is somewhere else. So if I just take the time to focus, and that happened after a few days. That's what I got to say.
We went over what was in the tea, and now I'm just bringing it to a boil, and then I have to let it simmer for about 25-30 minutes.
And how do you feel
And then you
about
strain it, and then everybody gets a cup of tea.
Sure. And how was your experience at Sweat Lodge?
Oh, absolutely amazing. It was the first time I've ever helped to build one. I wish I could help more. One step at a time, right? And it was beautiful seeing everybody work together to create something so amazing. And then stepping in to that space so that we could step out of that space and into the space of our ancestors is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna need one.
Yeah,
Get a
years
couple.
ago.
We'll talk about
I just donated
Oh,
the
wow.
last of my
So you've been
mountain
following
spring
like
water.
as soon as you could be following him.
Right on the side of the mountain by Fernie.
Yeah.
They actually put in pullouts on the highway. If people stop there. Oh, nice.
Big and small parades are held in villages and cities all over Canada. Other traditions include wearing the national flag colors, having outdoor picnics, supporting events, festivals, and fireworks. No Canada Day celebration is complete without the Canadian flag, be it hung from a window, draped from the shoulders, or painted on the face. Canadians love to celebrate Canada Day with traditional Canadian foods, whether it be poutine, baklava, or beaver tails, deep fried bread dough with cinnamon and chili. Many Canadian cities will hold Canada Day Parade, complete with fireworks, street food, and full of marching bands. There's nothing more Canadian than getting out and celebrating with your neighbors.
So yesterday, what did I feel? Community, oneness, the power of coming together and just being able to release all that no longer serves you, and just to hear everybody else that was in the circle was just so empowering and so beautiful. Just to see everybody willing to come together and do the healing that is so needed for each and every one of us. It's truly honored to be a part of it.
This is really important to talk about those things talk about those things that we need, those prayers that need to be said. I know a couple of you have come up to me this morning and expressing certain prayers, and that's a beautiful thing. This would be the place over piping tobacco. This is the perfect place with Grandfather Fire, and our beautiful sister here made some tea, so she'll explain that. She'll explain that tea. The first round, we're going to introduce ourselves. The second round will be the prayer round, and then we're going to have the way my elders explained it, Tony Stonehawk. We're going to have the birthing round. So we actually birth those prayers, and those prayers already know where to go. So together for that, like what we talked about, is that something that?
I didn't think my family is coming today. The rest of my family.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my best to have them come out here, but
Okay. Well, maybe just for you two, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my just for women though, or like.
Well, we're going to have this, and then if that sister comes back, actually,
Okay.
I think we're going to have a women's round. It's just a women's round, just for our sweat lodge after that. We're going to have a couple healing rounds, so the women will go in and yeah.
You all right?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah. So good. Okay.
You have shown up to me before, and this was our first time meeting.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I had already seen you at one point building this lodge. We were building the lodge, and I remember getting hit with a sledgehammer. And that was by Wayne. Wayne is the one that whacked me with the sledgehammer. And my knuckle is swollen for it. And I remembered all that. I knew this was going to happen. And I'm thinking, wow, I've been here before. And this is such a beautiful thing. This happens to me all the time. So it's nice to meet you again. My pleasure.
Thank you, Alan.
She said first, so she gave
60 something from parts of the Caribbean.
And then
I'm
they're
just
all
inclined to
down
acquiesce to
there.
your request.
Another sister Judy was could be 62 this year. My older sister Roselle. That is good. Whenever I mean, it's like
I know, right?
Yeah.
You don't wear anything? Okay. The reason I put it on is because that way you can see everybody and feel everybody, but you're not going to end up taking them past your boundaries, so that you're not carrying the load. You're observing and allowing Creator to take the load instead of have it on you. So that is your choice, though, of whatever to do with it. But that's its purpose. Yeah.
You see, for me, I left the material world behind, even my pipe and everything else that I do. And the pipe was gone for a little over 7 years, but I needed it again for a while because I'm gonna have to hold it so people see that, because that was what brought me to where I am.
Yeah.
So I didn't need the pipe, but I brought it back. I asked one day. That's what carried me, was the grandma and the grandfather to where I am. Journey with the experiences that we've come through. It's like the way that going sometimes, if you were sitting up really high and you were to look down, you can see for miles and miles around you. Underneath, that's like the eagle up there. So once you let go of all those ugly things that you have, it opens up things for you to see like that again. So you're moving. And then when you're up there, you can see. We're about to go in.
And the bad news is?
We're about to go.
1 minute bathroom break. Just to make
Yes,
sure.
Well,
yeah.
I gotta
So,
change.
Yeah. So
What
ladies,
was
so
it?
5 or 10. We used to do trade off the Assiniboine River and with the people that are coming off the lakes, because they come off the lakes to the river and they catch the river going towards Winnipeg. And then people coming from different directions, they also catch the river here to go to Winnipeg. It's sort of a trading area, that Portage. And my grandparents, that was their home. But Portage came and pushed them off of that piece of land. The people from Portage pushed them off it. And then my grandpa and a few other of the people, there was 22 of the families that started working, and they saved their money and they gave it to these 3 businessmen, farmers, I guess, I'm not sure, but the documents are around. They gave them their money and asked them if they would purchase land for them. So that's what they did in this tiny reserve. It's about the smallest reserve probably on Manitoba. And that was the land that my grandparents had purchased. Now when they came in with the 60 scoop and they dragged us out and took us away, this family came in by the name of Japonski. He was a white guy, him and his brother, and a few others that were there during that time. And what they did was they brought in women from different places.
Yeah, well, there's water in the cooler. Get right here. You want the cooler down here?
Elsie Paul was there, and Michael Japonski, and there's Elmer.
No, but I just mean like, oh, Jesus.
Every time we're out.
Because they haven't got home anymore. And I've never got to know any of them because I've been in prison all my life. So now when I come home, I don't know my family, but a lot of them hate me for I have no idea why. I've never known them. That's the things that they put into their heads when I've been away, of what kind of person I am. And then we'll share the water afterwards. Because the water is life, it'll give us back what we need. So those are sort of like what we're gonna do today. We'll start that anytime everybody's ready to go. She'll look after the water. Don't drink it.
Again?
That's funny.
Do it again.
That's funny. That's good though. That's,
How you learn?
that's humor in our. We shouldn't get upset or feel bad about it. It's kind of good. It's a good thing. We have to look at everything in that light. It's a good thing to help us. And when people see it, and they shouldn't put you down either. They should laugh. Laugh with you, not at you.
Agreed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kanipa Whitmack, Standing Bear, Soda Tri, Fishing Lake First Nation, Saskatchewan, Canada Treaty, Fort Territoria, Anishinaabe, 60s scoop survivor and published author. And we are here today. And what we do every day is we celebrate life. And part of that is I am a published author. Here's the book, Daily Medicine. And this is part of how we celebrate life. We connect to those things that give us life. It's really beautiful. It's really simple. It's really powerful what we do. These are medicine wheel teachings and just simply how we connect to life. Not just the people, but the plants, the animals, the water, the fire, all these things that we have inside us, we connect to build a better life. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna get started. Maybe I'll restart the.
Aware of what the abundance is. Together with the abundance, and we accept one another again. This is also the abundance. When there was a time of the spirit, when there was a war among the spirit, that's why we're separated. This was the only one that said that they were going to look after us. They would protect us because nobody wanted us here because of the kind of people that we had become. But the buffalo spoke on our behalf and said that he was going to look after us and protect us. So throughout the generations, he fed us and clothed us and gave us what we needed. So that's why when we have our ceremonies, the great dance, we honor the buffalo at the center of the ceremony. We're going to put his heart at the center of the tree when we're going to have our ceremony. Because he's going to watch over us and help us to continue on in our path. Keep giving us everything that we need. So I was blessed with this one. I had the Thunderbird, Black Thunderbird, but I have that white. But we're using this one because this is the acceptance that the others are given. And that's one another. So we filled it up and we're going to send it around. And when you hold it, it's going to take your spirit, your feelings, everything that you feel, everything that you felt from the day that you came into this world will be a part of your offering to everyone that we see. We're in a time of change. And that change is our attitude towards one another. The change is the spirit, the way that we feel about it. We're changing that word. Tobacco was grown over by Portico Prairie. You can take a little bit and put in the fire. If you're feeling a little bit down, just take some of it and put it in the fire before we start, because we're going to be starting pretty soon. I'm just going to fill the pipe and then we'll get going. You don't have to speak any words because everybody is aware of each of us as they known us from the day we came into this new way of life that we're living. In this human form, as it's called. They've known us. They've always known us. We come to realize that and see that as we start to open our eyes to everything around us and accept, like our mother is everything that we are. That's who we are. When we feel her and respect her in that way, there's nothing that can touch you again. The spirit of everything too.
So they know us when you put that in there. You don't have to make the words, they know you already. They're just recognizing the respect that we give. Those are our 7 sisters. That's what they shared. And the community with everyone. They told you the truth, they respected you, they loved you, they cared for you. All these things that you talk about is 7. So that was our way of life. And we're learning to live that again. So perhaps the water and the tobacco can come around together, because she's going to offer you a bit of water, you'll take a little bit of the water, and the rest of the water after, she'll take that water and put it at the altar over there. Because whatever's left of the water, we're going to use it this evening when we're done. Well, we're having the ceremony, I can say. Second round, we're going to share the pipe, and we'll share some fruit, berries, because that's when we're going to smoke the pipe there. And we're going to experience things that we haven't felt. And that's one another. That's how we feel. That's spirit. You have in your hands, because you have a lot of energy that comes through your mittens. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of feelings in your fingers. So all that you're feeling and everything that's a part of you will be a part of that tobacco that you put into that fire. You're not thinking. The fire here on the west, from this west here.
This side?
Yeah. Put a little bit of water like that there.
All directions?
Yeah. And then after it's finished, you can then put it over there.
Okay. I'm just putting a little bit though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna see is the beauty in everything, because that's who you are. Every one of us was the most beautiful thing when we're connected with our relatives. And they're gonna help us too. They're gonna help us to find our way home. That's why we're coming here to the house. This is some of the things that Grandma and Grandpa have given me on my journey to help me to find my way home. On my journey, I started to find the beautiful things after I started to look around. Because it's been a while ago since Grandma said, look for the beauty in everything that you see. But again, I'm a stubborn being. But again, Grandma and Grandpa are already aware of it. Because they're so far ahead of me, they know where I've come from and where I'm going. They see me. They see each one of us. Every moment in our life. The decisions that we've made and the ones that we're going to make. They're like our past, present, and future. We lost our way, so now we're asking them to help us to find our way again, because the spirit of the life is getting stronger, because this is the 7th generation that my grandparents, our grandparents, have been speaking of, going back 7 generations ago. They spoke of our reawakening of all nations of people, and they're coming together and forming the sacred hoop of life again. To mend that sacred hoop of life, we have to remember that it doesn't matter what color we are, who we think we are, we're still from the same mother. We're born from the same mother. Whether we have separate physical mothers or not, we're still born from the same mother, because our mothers are born from the mother. And the water, we've lived in that water while our mother was carrying us, and we're still living in that water, and our mother is still carrying us. Because we're separate in different ways, they figured out a way to separate us from our view of who we are and where we came from. But we're finding our way back home. They've helped me to see Grandma and Grandpa. A lot of people point fingers at me and make fun of me, but that's all right. I've learned to live with that since I was 5 years old. Dirty old men. Did their thing. I shared a story with someone a while back. When I first met, I saw a circle of orange. I saw that circle of orange surrounding her body. So whatever fear I had inside of talking to her disappeared. In our home, the orange, you see that in the sunset, you see it in the sunrise. It's a part of the sacred loop of life. It's the family. So I sat with her and talked to her. And we became sister and brother. She's my little sister. She brought me this way. Because she's stubborn like me. She dug in and wouldn't let go. That's the kind of people we need. And I feel that among the rest of you that are here, the major journey to be here. To share whatever it is you feel you can share. That's what life is about. Our mother shares whatever, every day she shares with us life and gives us life. And she doesn't complain. Even after all the things that we did to her, we plugged up her veins, the water. The water is like the veins in our body. That's the veins in the earth, and we're plugging those things with the dam. It's got to stop because the future of the children depend on it. They depend on the earth. We all do. The water's been polluted and poisoned. When I go there in the morning, I feel these feelings inside. When I look into the water, I can't see our relatives, the ones that live in there. I can't see them. They know that I came on their behalf. So I see them, they start to jump out of the water. The way that we live, the way that we see one another, and these 7 teachings, that's the way we have to live. It's not a teaching, remember, it's not a teaching, it's who we are. That's why our grandmothers, the 7 sisters, that's the name, that's who we are. That's what they share with us every day. That's why we never needed anything else. We had everything we needed. Every camp and every village had 7 sisters. And when we came together, if one camp is having a problem, we'd all come together and we'd camp and we'd figure out the problem and help one another to overcome what we needed to leave behind. Because we're not an ugly people. We're the creator too. And we're one of the most beautiful creations that Creator put here because we are the creators. We have to remember that. We have to bring back our memories. Our memories are what we're going to take home when we leave here. We don't know where we're going when we leave here. So we're afraid because they use the term they call death. because they're fear mongers. They use all the words that they can use to create the fear inside of us. But when we stand together like this here as a family, we won't allow anything to touch us. There won't be any fear, there won't be any hate, there won't be any judgment, there won't be any anger, because those are our sisters that are looking after us again. We're supposed to be the warriors, the men that look after the women. We're going to surround them in that ceremony we call the Great Dance, and we're going to protect them again. We're going to protect them. We're going to protect our way of life. So that's why we're offering our pipe to the Creator today. To ask them to help all our families that they'll hear, that they'll put their spirit here with us and help us to speak the thing that we were given, which is the truth about how we feel inside, not to be afraid of it. We have to let those tears flow, because if we don't, we're going to hang on to that hurt. We were given those tears to let things go. Never be ashamed or afraid, because we're going to hold each other now. We're going to hold each other close and look after each other. They said when you offer the pipe, they're listening. And when you do the things that you do, the things that you say, and that's the way that it's going to be, we have to remember that. That's the way that it's going to be now. We're going to look after one another. Because we're asking for the help of all our family. And when you hold the pipe, they're going to know, you already know. But you're putting your spirit into our family and everything that we know. And we're asking Grandma, our mother here, to look after us, to keep looking after us, and help us to see and to remember where our food and our water and everything that we have, where it comes from. And when we think of our mother and our parents, think of our Mother Earth and the same feeling, the same compassion. That's why we were given the tobacco at times when we go out for different things. We're asking for something of an important nature that we call sacred. We'll put the tobacco there and we'll ask Grandma, and then we'll go and hold on to our relatives that we're asking. We'll say, we're asking you to share one of our family members so that our people can live. When we went and got our willows, that was the thing that we were doing. We were asking our mother and our relatives, we're going to ask that you'll let our relatives come and help us and be a part of what we're doing to help us find our way home again. People are going to come from all over the place. They're going to come and seek us out. They're going to come and look for us because they're going to know the strength that you have. It's the truth. It's the love, humility, compassion, everything that we are. Because that's what we're searching for in this moment, because we're lost. This is what Crazy Horse, Grandpa's sitting room, that's what our family said. Those are our relatives. I'm not a treaty person. My grandpa's never signed a treaty because they knew that the women were the authority in our community. And we're going to give them back authority back as possible, as soon as possible. We're going to give them back because we're going to look after us again, and we're going to look after them, and we're going to protect them the way that life should be. A happy people will create a better life because we're good creators. That's what we're going to carry on.
Just cleaning it out right now. I cleaned it yesterday after the ceremony, but I thought I want to clean it again. So for the next year. So yeah. So yeah, just a little simple little.
How you got this pipe?
Huh?
How you received this pipe?
An elder.
Mhm.
This is the teaching is this is not my pipe. This is the people's pipe, and so I carry this for the people. So it's an honor and gift. When I started this road 30 years ago, um, this was never my prayer or intention. I started this road 30 years ago just to get sober. I couldn't get one day sober, and so the elder brought me to the fire, brought me to the ceremony, um, and then he actually let me sit for about 3 or 4 years, just inside the lodge, because I just wasn't, you know, my thoughts were drinking, violence, or some sort of drugs every 3 seconds, right? And that was my greatest shame. That was my greatest shame. And so then how it went, he made me a firekeeper assistant, and so to help out, kind of set up and smudge everything off. And little did I know that was a big setup. I didn't know that. I didn't know 30 years later I was going to be. This was never my prayer. And then about 12 years into it, I was his firekeeper for about 8 years solid. So I would show up a couple hours before the lodge. I would smudge it, I would clean it, and I thought that I had arrived, right? I thought this is my place in the circle. Okay, good. I feel good. I'm serving the people. I'm staying sober. And then one day he came up to me with a piece of pipestone about this, and he said, I want you to pray with this. And I said, well, why do you want me to pray with it? Because a little later on, yeah. So I prayed with it for 7 years because I knew I just wasn't, because I still had thoughts. I'd slip a little bit, and I thought, I can't hold this and still be doing dirty, like doing dirty or sneaky, anything like that. Until I made that decision, I said, okay, you know what? I'll just give myself to the ceremony, and I'll give myself to the people, and that's how the pipe came. Okay, so I just hold this for the people. This is the prayer for the people. So when the people ask for a ceremony or a prayer, then that's my beautiful job, and I sit here and I say prayer. So that prayer goes out to all of you. If you ever need a prayer or a ceremony, people have called me. I think I told this the other day, and I think it was in the lodge. Were you in that?
I wasn't.
The lodge. There were some water protectors coming back from Standing Rock. And some really bad things that happened to them over there. Like the contractors shot him point blank range. Just go poof, like with bean bags and rubber bullets, point blank. Poof, poof, So they came back with a lot of hate in their heart. And I got this phone call about 3 in the morning. And they said there were a couple hours. They were a couple hours out, I think maybe half hour out, something like that. And they said we'd like to do a ceremony because everybody was just talking and that hate stuff, like real hate. Like we're gonna bomb, we're gonna burn, we're gonna grab guns and bullets and everything. I said, well, just come here. And I was living in Miami at the time. So come here and we'll just do a ceremony. We start with spirit, we start with a prayer, and we start with ceremony, and they're all the same thing. And so I came out, I was like, okay, hit the coffee, I had a cup of coffee, and then I came out and just started the fire. They showed up, the fire was here. I said, I don't care what you just did, we're going in there. We're just going in there. And we're sitting there, and we're going to pray for those people. We're going to pray for the people that hurt. And that's the only way to do this. The only way to do this. Because otherwise, like any other way, it's a perpetuation of that time.
Keeps the cycle going.
Keeps that cycle going. So this is our direct to the Creator, to the Great Spirit. That flows through this right to the people. So that's why we. Yeah.
like I'm.
He's got a couple more. Is that it there?
I think so.
Yeah,
There's a couple
whatever he
little
has is
fragments,
that.
but the pit is full.
Yeah.
Is that good, Alan? Yeah.
Careful, that one looks like it's coming a little off.
Is that enough?
Is it enough for you? And it's perfectly enough. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so gifted. That was a
What is that?
that's the cedar water.
But I
that's
might
gonna go on
just
the
if I
dock.
the door. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm the door.
Well.
How's that? Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. No problem.
This forming the line and going around the lodge and coming into to the purification lodge was not something that was mentioned for me to do. And there's a purpose for it, and you'll see it when you get inside. Or I'll explain it when we get inside. So we'll just go around the room.
If I bring water, I can bring a whole cooler.
I see that.
Creating this documentary for our channel bring us immense joy, and knowing that you find value in our videos make all our efforts worthwhile. Your subscription is not just a number to us. It represents a meaningful connection with someone who appreciates the content we share. As we continue to craft new and exciting content, we promise to stay committed to providing you with valuable, entertaining, and informative videos. Your feedback and suggestions are always welcome, as they help us improve and tailor our content to serve you better. Once again, thank you for your incredible support, and we can't wait to bring you more captivating content in the days to come.